Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm bringing you P1RC's Nissan Gr2 Cup. So this is round 10, this is finals night, all to be decided. So it is a half an hour race with a half an hour quali. I'm just looking at lobby settings. So tyre wear is on times 13, fuel depletion is on times 4, 85 litres of fuel. No limit on power, bop is on, and excuse me, no tuning is available. They do have to use 2 different compounds of tyre throughout tonight's race. And from good word from the boys today, they want to dedicate this race to Baggy Snails. Unfortunately can't be with us here tonight, so all the lads have got together and said, look, we want to do a big shout out to Baggy Snails for putting on this this event and this group. There's a lot of hard work goes into these things, and I know all the boys have enjoyed the racing that they have got involved in. So yes, great big shout out to Baggy Snails from all the P1 boys for sorting all this out. Send you all their love as well, mate. We know you're not well at the minute. But yeah, sending love, get better soon, stop messing about, get out for pizza and go-karting and stuff soon, mate. So, he's not in the room. When I see him pop up in the chat, I'll give him another shout as well. So Rear Wheel 72 then, Mocking Weeks, Tatey Lives, Convicts Popeye, Stewie Mac, Jarv 72, Steve Scooby, Rear Wheel 72, we just spoke about him, Raoul's in the house, okay. So Raoul's back then. Dory and Dylan Curtin, so 10 drivers as it stands at the minute. So quali has started, so let's go on board and see what's going on. So no hot laps at the minute. Convicts Popeye first man out on track. So we are from Sardegna. Still nobody's correcting me on that. I couldn't tell you how to pronounce it. Sardegna Road Track A. This is the reverse track, so I did actually race this myself Friday night, but the other way around. It's a little bit of an awkward track. Some naughty corners on it if you don't know they're coming up. I myself didn't get enough practice as per usual, so didn't get too many good results if I'm perfectly honest. So standing so far in this competition, if my phone will work, come on, do what you're meant to be doing. Oh God. Currently in top spot is Zuzims. He's got 147 points. Mocking Weeks in second place with 124. Dylan Curtin in third with 117. I don't see Zuzims in the note, so it's looking like it might be a bit of a shootout between Mocking Weeks, Dylan Curtin and Raoul Cien. Raoul Cien in fourth place with 86 points. I think he's too far back to gain any positions. And then right behind him we've got on 82 points Dizzy, and then Steve Scooby on 80 points. 2 drivers on 65 points, Baggy Snails and Rear Wheel. As I say, Baggy Snails can't be here tonight, so it's unfortunate. I think we've looked at Convicts Popeye a little bit too much there. Stewie Mac on track, loudest car on the grid. Don Dotte, I've not seen him in the room, he's currently on 61 points. 49 points is Convicts Popeye. 46 points, we've got Dory, Stewie Mac, we've just spoken about, we're on board with him. He's on 43 points, on 39 points. We've got Big Les Kun, he's unfortunately can't be here again tonight. Potter McPot, so not race many, he's on 31 points in this series. Whitey Unbeatable came into the group late, so he raced the last 2 weeks, but I don't think he's looking like he's not here for this one. He is currently sitting on 31 points, 20 points. We've got West Ham Daz. Tatey Lives on 17. Champ, he is on, also not in the room, He's on 16 points, on 10 points. It's Pilgrim Paddy. We've got Mad Quack on 9 points. What's your name? I've forgotten that already. Weeking 420. He is on 8 points. And Fizz Ruckus again started late into the series. He's only on 6 points. But he's not in the room. But let's just go and have a look at Mocking Weeks. Fastest man on track at the minute, 1:33.3 for him. So yes, half an hour quali, half an hour race. Dory, evening my friend, how you doing? Are you racing tonight? I've not seen you in the room. Let's have a flick through. Oh yeah, Dory is in the room, 10th place at the minute. So 11 drivers in the lobby as it stands. Say Mocking Weeks currently holding top spot, 1:33.3 for him. On 1:33.5, so not a lot in it between the top two drivers as it stands. 72 then 1:33, still 1:33.7 for him. Steve Scooby still in the 1:33, so 1:33.8. Jarv just outside 1:34.0 for him. Tatey Lives on a 1:34.4. Again, quite a new driver to the P1 community, but seems to be doing alright. Convict Popeye down is 7th at the minute, 1:34.4. Stewie Mac currently holding 8th, 1:34.6. Dory just popped up on the chat, 1:34.8 for him. Raul Cien, again coming back from injury. Raul, I don't know whether he did say to me he was running his pedals backwards at one of the races to try and alleviate some of the pressure on his foot, so braking with his right foot, accelerating with his left. Interesting concept, he actually did alright in that race. West Ham Daz then, no hot lap as such. Wow, his quickest so far, 1:35.0 there. So a little bit off the pace at the minute for Raul. Rear wheel 72 then, he's chucked himself into second with a 1:33.4. Just pushed Ellen Kjorten down a spot, third place for him now. Different tyre strategies going on in the minute during this qualifying. Split between the racing softs and the super softs. Oh, Dory. So just getting a wheel on the grass. I did it myself a couple of times. But have a look at some of these curves. They are absolutely massive. They're very thin as well, so you've only got to get your wheels either side of them. There's no other grip on some of it. It's just straight onto grass, and they're not very wide. They can really unsettle the car. So coming in the pits then for Dory, taking off those mediums, obviously not happy with those. So Raul Cien then chucked himself up into first place on 32.1. He's one of the quicker drivers in the P1 community. So second quicker than Mocking Weeks. He has bettered his time at 1:33.2. Still second back from Raul. A lot of work to do for these guys then to try and haul in that time. Rear wheel 72 then still holding third spot. Dylan not managing to better that 1:33.5. He's bettered his time on that lap 3, 1:33.8 for him. Convicts Popeye back up into 6, 1:33.9 for him. Jarv 72 not managing to better that 1:34.0. Tatey's back in the pits, 1:34.0 for him as well. Out the super softs. So you will see the guys coming in and out the pits swapping tyres. They will burn off a bit of fuel during these laps, try and lighten the car a little bit. Stewie Mac then chucked 134.6, so up into 9th for Stewie. Dory in 10th, still only that 134.8 for Dory. 134.9 for West Ham Daz, so West Ham Daz is pretty new to a wheel and pedals and stuff. Dizzy's joined the room. Evening, Diz. Good to see more drivers in the lobby. So yeah, this track very awkward. As we watch West Ham Daz just running through the kink on the start-finish straight up to this ridiculously tight right-hander right here. Down into second. You've got to be careful not to run it wide. Exactly what West Ham has done there. Got to be careful in these GR2s, all rear-wheel drive. Put the power down a bit too much, and that's the back end lost. So it runs then through the right-left kink, down the hill towards another 90-degree right-hander. So kink left into it though, it's a bit naughty. Then another long straight to another almost 90-degree right, just over 90-degree right. It's a difficult corner, that one, with the barriers up there. You can't see the apex. You don't quite know when to stick your foot down on the gas. And through these naughty kinks as well, so these are almost 90 degrees as well through here. There's another kink just coming up this right left. Just have to let off a little bit into it. To the start finish straight for West Ham. He has ghosting out, so that's won't be one of the fastest laps. Let's go on board with who's that? Let's have a lap with Steve Scooby. So hard on the brakes into this ridiculously hard right-hander. Down a gear, just letting off through that one. Full power through this. Letting off into this left-hander. Then hard into this right. Again, full power all the way down this straight. Drops over the crest down the hill. Polyphonic bridge, hard on the brakes then for this naughty right. Again, difficult to see with that wall there, knowing when to press the accelerator. This naughty 90-degree left-right kink. Very difficult coming the other way. Evening, people. Brave enough, you can keep the power on through that. Braking hard for this last corner onto the start finish straight again. So on board with Steve Scooby then for a lap. As he puts in a 135 on that one. So Raul Cien then still holding top spot. CJ, evening mate. Yeah, it does look familiar, just backwards. So Raul holding top spot then, managed to increase his time. He's got 131.5 then for Raul. This guy's a machine. 1.1 seconds off from Dory. So position's been shifting around while we've gone on board with Steve Scooby. Dory into second then with the 132.7. Time's tumbling. Jarve 72, 132.8 for him. He was unable to get out of the 134s before, but smashed the 132.8 in. Good drive. Tatey Lives smashed the 133.1 in as well. Mocking Weeks down a few places. 133.2 he's still got for his fastest. Convicts Popeye, he's just chucked himself a 133.2 in as well. Real 72, still only that 133 on lap 3. Dylan coming in the pits then, so less than a quarter of a tank. What's he coming out on? He's taking on board fuel. So he's out on the super softs. Steve Scooby 133.8 then for him. So good to see Dizzy out on track. 134.1 currently. Stewie Mack in the pits and West Ham Daz in the pits. So gone even faster than Raoul, 130.3. He must have his pedals back the right way around this week. But yeah, naughty track this one. Not a great result for me on Friday, if I'm honest. First race was at Suzuka, that's kind of my nemesis track. And then this one, but the other way around, and I just didn't get enough practice on it really. I kind of knew the track, I knew the corners, but just not when to turn in or brake or stuff, you know. I know which way the track went really, that's about it. So 8th and 7th I think I got on Friday, not great. But this week should be better. So Raoul then coming in the pits. Just having a bit of a breather by the look of it. Dory then out on racing super soft, pretty fresh set. Looking to better that time and close the gap down to Raoul. 132.7 is fastest. Still holding that third spot then, that decent time of 132.8. Dizzy's now chucked a decent time in as well, so he's chucked in a 132.8 as well. All the boys rocking a great big dark smoker livery on their car. Cheers lads. Let's just go back up and have a look at Dory, otherwise you might have the Mardis with me. Blam, he's put dark smoker stickers on his car for only the last 2 rounds. Well, I've forgiven him because it's a great big livery. Look, blam, it's a great big dark smoker sticker look on the side. I love it. So Raoul then just taking it easy for a minute. Dory still holding that P2, Jarvin P3. Dizzy just pulling out the way for... not rear wheel man. Rear wheel in 5th then, 132.8, so he's chucked that in recently, 2 laps ago. Steve Scooby's now chucked in a 133.0 as well. Still only in 7th though for Steve. Tatey Liv's been pushed back a few, 133.1 for him now. Mocking Weeks, 133.2. Convict Popeye down in 10th, 133.2 as well. Stewie Mack, he's on a 134.6. West Ham Daz, 134.9, so Dylan Kjorton's just chucked in a flyer. 132.3 for Dylan, good enough for P2 on the grid. Closing that gap down to Raoul, less than a second between those pair now. Chucked in another flyer then, 132.3 for him, that's back up into 3rd for him. Stewie Mack looking to get a bit of a toe into this hard right-hander. So Dory then being pushed back down to 4th. Jar 72, he's been pushed back down to 5th now. And Dizzy's up to 6th, 132.8 for Diz. Rear wheel, he's just got that 132.8 on lap 7. Steve Scooby's also just bettered his time on that lap 8. Convicts Popeye's put a 1:33.1 in as well that last lap. Still 9th place though. Mocking Weeks down in 10th now, 1:33.2 again. So he's in with a chance there, Mocking Weeks, if he can get a good result here. Him and Dylan Curtin are championship leaders really. Baggy Snail's a little bit too far, sorry, not Baggy Snail's, Raoul's a little bit too far away to get the move done, unless it's double points at the end of this the last race of the season. It may well be. In which case, Raoul Cien does stand a chance. Just hanging out of the way for a second then, Mocking Weeks. Raoul Cien got even quicker, 1:31.1 for him. So he's not messing about, is Raoul. He's coming back with all the skill and aggression he had before. So Dylan's still holding that P2. Taking Lives in P3, just coming out the pits. New set of racing super softs. Then, so he just got pushed down by Dylan and Tatey taking him out. It was a good time though, 1:32.7. So Jar then just doing the same as Mocking Weeks, just coming out the pits and pulling over. Dizzy got about 7 minutes left to try and better that time, 1:32.8, sorry, 1:32.1 then for his fastest time. That's good enough for P2. So just closed the gap a little bit on Raoul, but still a lot of work to do, still a second back. Dylan then upsetting the apple cart by sticking himself in P2. Dylan Curtin and Mocking Weeks are looking to take this race really, take the championship if they can. So Dylan's not done a bad job, he's in 3rd spot, no Zuzims in the room, he is actually championship leader, but if you're not in the room you can't race. So rear wheel 72 then, just putting a flyer, 1:32.0 for him, so he's just pushed Dizzy back. On the grid for rear wheel as it stands. Dylan Curtin in 3rd, Dylan in 4th, Tatey in 5th, Dory in 6th, Jarv in 7th, Steve Scooby in 8th, Convict Popeye in 9th, Mocking Weeks in 10th, Stewie Max in 11th, and West Ham Daz is in 12th. So a lot of guys just pulling over, staying out of the way of guys on hot laps. Raoul just been in the pits for fresh rubber. Let's just stay with rear wheel 72 as you come across this timing line. So red sector then, 0.3 of a second back. This lap for rear wheel. So needs to get a good run out of this one for a chance at a fast lap. And he's not bothering, he's sticking himself in the pits. He's about out of fuel, so Dizzy then burning off as much fuel as he can. In his car, he's only got 5 minutes. So Dylan Curtin been pushed back to 4th then. 32.3 for his fastest still having a good drive. 32.3 for his fastest. He's looking a lot more consistent this week. Maybe liking this big wide track. Finally getting to grips with the Nissan at least. Dory's been pushed down to 6th then. Oh, just taking some paint off the wings. Some marbles around there as well, that won't help him. So Mocking Week struggling down in 7th at the minute. He's just bettered his time 1:32.7, but still only 7th place for Mocking. I don't think he's actually won a race in this series yet, but let's have a look. Or was that the Toyotas? I might be lying, that might be the Toyotas. Find that. I don't know whether I'm lying or not. So, has Mocking Weeks won? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. He won round 7. 6. So I think it was the Toyotas then. He must have, I think he just turned up every week, got good results. Never actually won a race, I don't think, but took the championship nonetheless. So one of the guys in the pits then, going for the last ditch effort. So Raul then putting an even faster lap, 1:31.0. He's not messing about then, Raul. So we'll just go on board with Raul as he's putting in some stormers. This is going to be last ditch effort, as I say, 27 minutes 42 seconds on the clock for one more hot lap. Purple sectors as well from Raul. Just running himself a little bit wide there. Gathered it up pretty quickly though. Fires himself down the hill to this naughty corner. Hard on the brakes on this one. Again, if you accelerate, another purple sector. 0.1 of a second up then for Raul at the minute. Yeah, if you accelerate too quick out some of these corners, it's quite easy to push yourself out wide into the barriers. There are some runoffs, but they're not pretty. They're not. I wouldn't recommend them at least. So not putting in a hot lap then for Raul, just taking his time around the last few corners. So let's jump on board with Dylan then, as he comes down the start-finish straight now. A little bit of glitching. So Dylan stuck himself up into 2nd then. 1:31.9 for him. Those walls on the inside as well. So looks like Dylan's got a bit of connection issue. So just 15 seconds left of this qualifying session. Currently standing is Raul in P1, Dizzy in P2, Dylan in P3, Rewheel in P4, Tatey Lives in P5, Dory in the pits in P6, Mocking Weeks P7, Jarv 72 in 8th, Steve Scooby in 9th, Convicts Popeye in 10th, Stewie Mack in 11th, and West Ham Daz in 12th. So the final has started. Half an hour of this. So There's your standings, not your standings, your grid positions for this race. We'll stick on board with Raoul for the start. So the lights are on. And they're away. So not a great start from Jarve. Good start from Raoul, he's managed to get away good. Dizzy's had a good run, Dylan's had a good run as well. Dylan's held up P2. Dizzy's looking down the inside of him though. Steve Scooby also, sorry, Real 72 looking down the inside of Dizzy as well. Dizzy having to go a little bit defensive into the first corner. Dylan just been run out wide a little bit. So it looks like everyone's got through there pretty cleanly, yes. So Mocking Weeks has had a good start then, he's up into 5th. Tatey Lives in 6th. Convicts Popeye, a bit of a gap opened up to back to Convicts Popeye in 7th. Stewie Mac right behind him, side by side with Jarve 72 into the second hard left right hander. So Jarve getting a good cut back on Stewie Mac, looking for the run on him. Dory trying to tuck into the slipstream, all of these two. Stewie Mac's looking for a new move back on Jarve 72, right in the slipstream. He's moving to the outside. He's got, see if he gets a good run through here. Not quite close enough to make that move stick on the undercuts. Dory's going for a move down the inside of both of them, again a little bit too far back. There's a little bit of a gap back to Steve Scooby and West Ham Daz, fighting out at the back of the pack. So Raoul then still being chased closely by Dylan Curtin and Dizzy. Just 0.2 of a second between those two. Dizzy's only 0.3 of a second back, so less than a half a second separates the top 3 at the minute. Dylan's gone for a look round the outside. He's made that place stick. Lovely move there by Dylan. So up into P1 for Dylan. 2 for Raoul Cien then. He's looking for a move back on Dylan. Not quite close enough. So Dizzy in 3rd then. Oh, Convicts Popeye just getting it a little bit wrong into that corner and into the wall in the background. Dizzy in 3rd, Tatey Lives has managed to get back past Real 72 and Mocking Weeks as well. Mocking Weeks now back down into 6th place. So Tatey Lives in 4th. Oh, Jarve 72 just getting that corner all wrong as well, smashing into the wall. So 6th place for Mocking Weeks, losing a place, gained a couple of places at the start, but now lost a place back down to Real 72. Jarve 72 in 7th, we've just seen him clip the wall. Dory then, 8th spot for him. A bit hot into that one. Stewie Mac then, he's got past West Ham Daz in 9th place then for Stewie. West Ham Daz in 10th. Convicts Popeye in 11th. And Steve Scooby back of the pack at the minute, 12th spot. Great big darksmoka. Blow! On the back of his car. So Dylan then still holding top spot in this race. Managed to get past Dylan, Raoul, sorry, on lap 1. Coming down this very straight. He's being hounded by Raoul Cien though. He's not letting him go. Dizzy's right on the back of this fight. He's lost a little bit of time, 0.5 of a second. That gap's come down actually. Tatey Lives sticking with the back of Dizzy as well. Mocking Weeks got past Real 72. Don't know what's happened to Real 72. He's way off the pack now. So Mocking Weeks up into 5th again then. So 2 seconds back for Real 72. Not sure what happened there. So Jarve 72 we've just seen hit the wall. So down in 7th place for him. Looking to gain some places back after that. He's out on the soft, so will last slightly longer than the super soft. Dory's playing it a bit brave on the mediums, looking to go long in the race. Stewie Mac, we just catch him clipping the wall. 9th place for Stewie at the minute, being closed down by Convicts Popeye pretty fast though. That gap coming down 1.3. Convicts Popeye then 10th place for him. Oh, he's just run himself wide. That's onto the grass. He's going to allow Steve Scooby. Oh, Steve Scooby just managed to get past him. And West Ham Daz now down in 12th place, so he was having a bit of a fight with Steve Scooby. Steve Scooby's managed to tear away from West Ham Daz and Convicts Popeye. So back up to the fight at the front, Dylan Kjorten then still being hounded by Raoul. Dizzy right back in this fight now. They've all got to be careful. Tatey's lurking in the background. It's only going to take a little mistake from one of these to cause carnage. So Tatey then just keeping it clean, keeping it consistent, sticking on the back. Got it a bit wide through there, I think. Lost a bit of time. Yeah, he's dropped a little bit of time off Dizzy. So Rear Wheel 72 lost a bit of time as well. He is 2.2 seconds back off this fight. Mocking Weeks now get down into 8th place. So having a bit of a bad race. Mocking Weeks up and down the field a little bit. Stewie Mack then still in 9th place. Steve Scooby right behind him now. He's managed to drop Convicts Popeye by a good few seconds, 5 seconds already. West Ham Daz, he's 10 seconds back from Convicts. So a lot of work to do for West Ham. Yes, I like the stickers, mate. I like the stickers, Dory. It's about time you put them on your car. So Dylan then, he's storming away from Raoul's 0.7 of a second, just coming around that last corner. That gap coming down now though. Dizzy's still in this fight. There's a lot of glitching from Dylan. I hope that doesn't affect anyone else's race. So just starting to spread out a little bit. Gaps slowly increasing, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. Lives losing more time than to Dizzy, 1.2 seconds back from him now. Rear Wheel 72's closed the gap, that's 1.6 seconds back to Tatey Lives. Jarv 72 dragging Dory down the street, so they're looking to get back in the fight with Rear Wheel 72. Mocking Weeks down in 8th. So just losing a bit of time to Dory and Jarv 72 there. Stewie Mack being hounded by Steve Scooby. So I don't know what's happened to Steve Scooby. He's already got past Stewie Mack. So 9th and 10th respectively for Stewie and Steve. Convicts Popeye then losing a bit more time, so nearly 13 seconds back from Steve Scooby. Out on the mediums for Convicts, another brave move, looking to go long. So West Ham Daz then 12th place, so Jarv 72's come in the pits already. So lap 5, this is a half an hour race, it's time dependent, not laps. So he's taking on tyres and fuel, let's see what he comes out. He's out on the mediums. And he comes out in the 10th spot. Then still being hounded by Raoul. Dizzy still with this fight. Tatey losing a bit more time. 2.2 back from this fight now, Tatey. Rear Wheel 72's closed that gap as well, so that's down to a second now between these. Just dropping off Dory. Say he was in a bit of a punch up with Jarv 72, but Jarv 72 has just come in the pits. So out of that fight now then for Dory. He's got Mocking Weeks closing him down though. It's less than a second back Mocking Weeks. That time coming down rapidly as well. So less than a second now between these two. So Steve Scooby only has got past Stewie Mack. He's got 2 seconds in front of Stewie Mack now as well. Jarv 72 just come out of the pits, fresh set of racing mediums. Tatey Lives just coming in the pits then. Mocking Weeks coming in the pits, Dylan Curtin and Dizzy coming in the pits. So Raoul has stayed out on his mediums. So Tatey Lives is coming back out in 5th. Dizzy coming out in 6th. Dylan Curtin in 7th. So did Tatey take on? No, Tatey didn't take on full tank of fuel. So that's why he managed to get out in front of Dizzy and Dylan. He's also out on the super softs, which will make his car a lot quicker. So Dizzy on the mediums, and Dylan Curtin also on the mediums. 3/4 of a tank for both drivers, really. And Mocking Weeks, he's just been in the pits as well, so back in the fight then for Mocking. Just half a second back from this little punch up. So let's go and see what Raoul's going to do then. He's still got plenty of fuel to go. Just got to take it easy on those tyres. 3.3 second gap now for Raoul. Rear wheel 72, right, pretty close behind. He's also not pit, so a lot more damage to his softs than Raoul's mediums there. So still 1/4 of a tank for Raoul. Plenty of laps to do. Stopping out on that one. So rear wheel 72 also stopping out. Dory now in the pits. So Dory will come out 4th, 5th, so losing places then. Scooby up to 3rd again, not pit for Steve. Tatey Lives. He has been in the pits. So 4th spot for Tatey. Dizzy in 5th spot. Still got Dylan Curtin right behind him. So Dory been in the pits, come out in 7th. He's got Jarve 72, we know he's just been in the pits as well. One of the first guys to come in the pits in 8th. And Mocking Weeks in 9th then, so he was right behind Dizzy and Dylan Curtin, so I'm not sure what's happened to Mocking Weeks. He's run himself wide a little bit through there. He's got a good run on Jarve 72 though. Let's see whether he can benefit. Side by side then coming into this naughty right-hander. He's just had to back out there, Mocking Weeks through that one. He's got a good run on the way out. Side by side again, this pair. Jarve will have the inside line for this corner, but Mocking Weeks will have the better line for the next corner, but he has taken that place off him quite easily through the first section of that little chicane. So 8th place for Mocking Weeks. So Raoul has come in the pits then, as has rear wheel 72. So Tatey Lives then, he's just coming past the pits now. Right on the back of Raoul then. Still at race pace as well for Tatey. So unfortunately couldn't get that move done before this first corner. And now the advantage is all Raoul's with the fresh set tyres. Half a tank, so he's on the softs, but he's driven well in the medium, so I expect him to drive probably even quicker in the softs. He's already half a second up from Tatey. He's just lost a bit more time through there as well as Tatey, so over a second back then. Dizzy up into 3rd. 2.5 back from Tatey, still being pressured by Dylan Curtin right behind him. Dory up into 5th. So not the best of qualifying, but up into 5th at the minute in this race. Halfway through it as it stands, 14 minutes in. So Mocking Week then up into 6th now. Didn't have a great qualifying, 6th place for him during this race at the minute. We'll through fastest laps in a second while we're halfway through. So Jarve 72 then still in 7th place. So just gaining a bit more time on Mocking Weeks, but Mocking Weeks has just taken him, so now extending that gap is Mocking Weeks. looking to get on the back of Dory. So All 72 just pit out on the mediums, down in 8th place now. Max still holding 9th. He's been in the pits early. He's blowing those tyres out pretty quick though. That's not going to help you, Stewie. Steve Scooby then, 10th place for him. Convicts Popeye now in the pits, just coming out. 11th place for Convicts. West Ham does then. 12th place for West Ham. He's not always involved in the fights, but he enjoys his racing nonetheless. It's good to see that he sticks with it. So let's go and have a look at Raoul then. He's managed to extend his lead over Tatey, 2.1 seconds that gap. Dropped off Dizzy, so 4.4 seconds back off Dizzy. He's also dropped off Dylan Kjorton by about 3/4 of a second as well. So having a good run at the minute, Dizzy. He's got a lot of work to do to catch up with Tatey and Raoul though. So let me just go and have a look at some fastest laps. Raoul currently then fastest of all, 1:31.8 for him. Dylan Kjorton's left the room unfortunately, so that's his championship chances gone. Tatey lives 1:33.1 on lap 2 for him, that's his fastest. Dizzy is a 1:33.6. Dory in 4th spot, 1:32.5. Mocking Weeks, so 5th on a 1:32.9. Job 72 on a 1:33.4. 7th is Gr2 72 on a 1:33.3. Stewie Max got a 1:34.0. Steve Scooby's got a 1:33.6. Convicts Popeye is a 1:35.2 for his fastest, and a 1:35.6 for West Ham Daz. That's fastest laps. So he's catching up with Convicts Popeye then, is West Ham Daz. Let's just go and have a look at. So Convicts got a slightly better tyre. Getting a bit of time on you there, Convicts. Just managed to eke that out a little bit, 1.6, just stretched out to 1.7 almost. So Raoul then running away with this race now, 4.3 seconds up the road from Tatey Lives. Tatey Lives has extended his gap over Dory now, getting past Dizzy, looking for a move on him. So a real close fight going on here between these two. Mocking Weeks looking to get involved in this as well. So closing that pair up and braking massively there. So just half a second gap between these three. So almost bumper to bumper coming through that right-hander. Time through there. So putting some serious pressure on Dizzy at the minute, Story. That's all Dizzy can see in his rearview mirror. The grey and red livery of Dory's Nissan. So don't discount Mocking Weeks out of this yet, although he's losing a bit of time. Quick guy. Dory right on the rear bumper of Dizzy then. He's got a good run out the start, finish straight. Oh, he just lost the back end there a little bit. Just lost him a little bit of time. He's closing that gap though. Mocking Weeks chucking himself in the pits. So not quite close enough to do it this lap, Dory. Like the closest fight at the minute between this pair. Still a punch-up going up at the back between West Ham Daz and Convicts Popeye, so 2.2 second gap between this pair. It's just extended to 2.5, 2.6. So Convicts Popeye then gapping West Ham Daz. Would have been nice to see West Ham Daz and Convicts Popeye get involved. Raoul then 9 seconds down the road from Tatey, having a stormer of a race then. Raoul back with a vengeance from injury. Tatey lives. These are currently second spot on the grid. They're losing a bit of time to Dizzy though. 3.8 that gap, 3.7. So Dizzy and Dory looking to chase him down. Still in a fight between themselves though. So is Dory going to be close enough down the start-finish straight this time to get a good run on him? He's looking pretty damn quick. So we're just on board with... Oh, so Dizzy has decided to come in the pits then, as well as Dory and Tatey lives. Again, Raoul stopped out. He will have to come in soon though. He's not got a lot of fuel left. But he has got about a 10-second lead over the guys before they came in the pits anyway. So not a lot to worry about for Raoul at the minute. So rear wheels back up into second spot currently. Plenty of fuel on his car. He might be going to the end on those mediums. So Dizzy back out the pits then. Fresh set of racing softs. He's managed to get in front of Tatey Lives through that pit stop. He's on the super softs though, is Tatey. Quicker tyre. See whether Dizzy can fend him off. Dory then, he's been dropped a little bit. So down in fifth then for Dory. He's got Mocking Weeks for company now as well, less than a second back. Just, I know he's gained that time. 0.6 of a second then between Mocking and Dory. So still a punch-up going up in front between these two. Dizzy and Dory still at it. Apologies. Raoul's in the pits then. So where's rear wheel 72? He's just gone through the last chicane. Onto the start finish straight. Raoul's going to get out way in front of rear wheel 72 by the look of it, I think. So just 7.5 minutes left. So Raoul is out of the pits now. That time is not quite correct. So 7.4 second gap he's still got over rear wheel 72. Gap coming down, but now they've come around this first corner. Raoul will be at the same pace as all the rest of the guys behind him, so he'll be able to keep that gap and that pace. So he's already extended 6.5 then. Rear wheel 72 in second. He's got 7 minutes to fend off these four coming up behind him really. You've got Dizzy, Tatey, Dory and Mocking Weeks all pretty close. Not actually, what are they, 4.8 off the back of rear wheel. He's on some pretty worn mediums. So yeah, that gap down to 3 seconds between Dizzy and rear wheel. So he'll have a job on his hands. He's going to keep this place before the end of the lap, before the end of the race. 2.8, 2.7. Again, Tatey right on his rear bumper. Dory closing in on him as well. Mocking Weeks just dropped off a little bit. 1.3 back from Mocking. So down to 1.6 the gap between rear wheel 72 and Dizzy. So less than a second then. All closing up as it comes to the last few laps of this final. Raoul's absolutely running away with it. 11.6 seconds the gap then he's got to his nearest competitor, rear wheel 72, who has now got Dizzy and Tatey Lives less than a half a second back. Just over half a second back. Riwil in second, Dizzy in third, Tatey in fourth, Dory in fifth. Mocking Weeks again losing a little bit more time to Dory, so Mocking in sixth, Jarve in seventh, Steve Scooby in eighth, Stewie Mack in ninth, West Ham Daz up into 10th then, so he's managed to get past Convicts Popeye. And that will be it, so they've both pit and they've both got enough fuel and tyres to go to the end of the race. So West Ham Daz getting up into 10th place then, good move by West Ham. Raoul, oh, I'm not even looking at you, Raoul, 14 seconds up the road. What's the point? This is where the action is. Riwil 72 under some serious pressure now from Dizzy and Tatey and Dory. Mocking Weeks is slowly clawing the time back on these. Less than a second back then for Mocking Weeks. So Dory then has managed to get past Riwil 72, as has Tatey, as has Dory. Look like Mocking Weeks is going to have a move on it as well. So yeah, looks like Mocking Weeks has taken that place. So Riwil 72 then had an absolute nightmare lap. So went from second to sixth, just around the last corner and start finish straight. So unfortunate for Riwil. So Dizzy still holding P2 then, still under some pressure from Tatey. Good drive from Tatey tonight. Dory in fourth, he's also had a good drive, as has Mocking Weeks. He's been up and down the field, but currently sitting in fifth place. He's got back on the back of this little fight for P2. Riwil 72's got to be careful from behind as well. He's got Jarve 72 closing him down pretty quickly. So just 1.7 that gap between those pair. Not a lot to worry about from behind. Steve Scooby 12.5 seconds back, and then he's got Stewie Mack 15 seconds back from him. Oh, we just see Stewie Mack off-roading again. Stewie Mack, why did he do it? So West Ham Daz, we've just said, got up past Convicts Popeye in 10th place then. So 7.5 seconds in front of Convicts. Interested to see whether he can keep that over the course of the next lap or so. That coming down, whether it's coming down quick enough for Convict Popeye's life again, I don't know. So let's fire, just a quick glance at Raoul, 14 seconds up the road. Another fastest lap, 1:31.6 for Raoul. Dizzy then just managed to break away from Tatey Lives. He's got second gap over Tatey now. Tatey now under some serious pressure from Dory and Mocking Weeks. So just one second separating third, fourth and fifth. 2 minutes left of this race. So they'll get one more lap after this if they cross the line. Raoul may get 2 more laps depending on where he is on track right now. But it's looking like these guys are going to get 1 more lap after this one. So Dizzy's not running away with it yet. He's... gap is coming down between himself and Tatey. And again, he's dragging Dory and Mocking Weeks with him. So just hitting the wall there, Tatey allowing Dory to make a move on him and take that place. So just clipped the wall on the exit of that corner, slowed him down a bit, and Dory took full advantage of that. Just lucky not to get involved in him. He was that close, really. But, a bit of a jink out to the right, managed to avoid any incidents there. So third place for Dory, fourth place for Tatey, but he's now got Mocking Weeks for company. Oh, he's just lost it as well, so the back end's gone on Tatey Lives' car, allowing Mocking Weeks to take that place off him as well. So he must be spitting bullets now. Tatey, he was holding P2, not that far back from Raoul, and he's now down in 5th spot. So unfortunate for Tatey. Riwil 72, that gap come down between himself and Jarve as well, so he is going to be lucky to keep that place. Jarve looking for a little move down the inside into that right-hander. Oh, Riwil's run wide, so that's allowed Jarve to get past him. So 6th place for Jarve then, 7th place for Riwil. Steve Scooby all out on his own, really. He's got 14 seconds in front and 18 seconds behind. Stewie Mack again, 18 seconds either side of him. Nothing to worry about for him. West Ham Daz then, he's still holding that 10th place, managed to make a bit more time up over Convicts. Convicts bringing up the back of the pack then, not managing to gain back on West Ham Daz before the end of the race. So we're on board with Raoul. So he's coming around the last couple of corners. Oh, Convicts Popeye's just lost it on that last corner as well. So Raoul then coming down the start-finish straight, finish this race in first place. We're going to get a handbrake, just a little bit of a wiggle of the steering. So back to full strength then, Raoul, by the look of it. 16-second gap over the guys behind. Good race from you, sir. So Dizzy then manages to gain 1.2 seconds over Dory. Dory in the end. Good wiggle from him coming across the line as well. Oh, handbrake. And a handbrake from Dory. So second place for Dizzy, third place for Dory, fourth for Mocking Weeks, fifth for Tatey, sixth for Jarve 72, seventh for Rear Wheel 72. Steve Scooby then just coming down the start finish straight now, 8th place for him. Quick flash of the lights and an obligatory handbrake as well for Steve Scooby. Thank you, sir. Watch the paint, mate. That's a damn good sticker you're wrecking there, my friend. Stewie Knack then bringing it home in 9th place. He's kept it consistent. 9th place pretty much all race for Stewie. Oh, I think he tried the handbrake, maybe missed the button and just ploughed into the wall. So 9th place for Stewie, 10th managing to hold, West Ham Daz managed to hold that 10th place, and unfortunately for Convicts Popeye, 11th place for you tonight, mate. You did lose Dylan Curtin out of the room. I hope it was a disconnect issue and not a rage quit. But yeah, that's finals. Let me think. I don't know who would have won that. Oh my god. Dylan left, so he's out of the game. Zuzims wasn't there, so he's out of the game. Mocking Weeks only came 5th. Raoul took the win, so I don't know where, like I say, I don't know if it's double points tonight. If it's double points, Raoul's run away with it. Let me see if one of the boys on here can let me know. Just give it the old who won the series? Who won the series? Let's see if anyone answers, see if anyone can work it out or has worked it out. I'm a little upset Baggy didn't show up. Not for the fact he didn't show up, but just because we were going to give him a shout. That was a good race, Story. There was some close action there, mate, for a lot of laps. How can Zuzims win? He wasn't even racing. How's that possible? Or maybe he's just too far in front. Yes, because it's only 21 points for a win, isn't it? I'll forget that. So there you go, Zuzims being your winner. Mocking Weeks not managing to claw enough points back in that last race then to take him out. So that's unfortunate. So Zuzims taking the win. And that's it for the P1 boys for a while. There might be 1 or 2 special events coming up, who knows. I myself am back tomorrow night for Next Gen's Minis. I'm also back on Wednesday. It's 8:30 tomorrow for the Minis, by the way, not 9 o'clock. I'm back on Wednesday for Next Gen's Team versus Team, so you will see some of the P1 boys entering in that. That's Next Gen versus MRC versus P1 versus SimFX. It's the Gr3. It's been a really good season so far. There's 2 leagues running, pros and the pro-ams, so come and check me out Wednesday at 8:30. And then I'm back Friday for SWEARY Friday, where I'm behind the wheel cursing people out. It does get a little bit more emotional when I'm driving, and I swear a lot more, so just be aware if you do tune in Friday, it's going to be not quite as professional as this. Let's say that. So yeah, right at the end of the stream, the boys did message me earlier and say they wanted to dedicate this race to Baggy Snails for setting it all up, setting the group up, setting the races up. It's a real good bunch of lads. They've become real good close friends. I mean, I've not actually met them. All the boys got together earlier on in the year to go Brands Hatch, but I couldn't make that. But yeah, you know, it's a good bunch of lads. I feel that they're my friends. I've never met them, but I feel like they're my friends, and well, I hope they feel the same. Otherwise, screw you all. Alright? But yes, we wanted to give a shout out to Baggy Snails for all the work and stuff, and just, you know, show the love and stuff. He needs all the help he can get. Just needs words of encouragement, and yeah, and don't make me come down there and slap you, Baggy, and stuff like that. So, stream pretty much done. Tomorrow night minis. I've lost my bloody PlayStation pad. What have I done with that? Oh, there it is. Tomorrow night minis at 8:30. Wednesday night 8:30 for the team versus team, and then 9 o'clock for SWEARY Fridays. Come and check it out. That's the end of that. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.